What's up, Burke fam? I am Steve. Hashtag Team No Sleeves. From Burke Family 54 Comics. Welcome to another episode of our Thursday night chat. I'm excited to be talking about the comic books that I got this week, reviewing a few, and just hanging out with everyone in the chat and just having a good time. Before we do that, let's hit that intro. All right, and I wanted to say thank you to my channel members. We have my supporter tier and my friend tier. We got DJ Links, and in the family tier, we got Ruben Guzman, who always comes in the gold medal position, always first in everyone's videos. We got Legion of Comics, that's formerly Adventures of Marc and Finn. We got The Cover Collector. We got Deep Dive Comics. We got the Comic Book Poser, who actually works in the same school district as me. We got Robert from Flash 6792, and we got my good friend Mike V. All right, we have a little bit of a different crew coming in this week than normal, and I'm excited about it. It's going to be a good time, though I do wish the people that are not here were here, of course, but I want to go ahead and bring in the one person who's always here. First up, we got Ryan. What's up, man?
Woohoo, check it out. All new, all different. Oh, wait, I guess that must be other people. I'm excited to talk about some comics, though.
Dude, I'm surprised that you weren't muted this time.
You know, I had my finger on the mute button the whole time, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I was like, I know I'm going to mess this up.
Right. And then next up, we got one of my good friends in the community, Dave from Marc Spector Comics. His name is not Marc Spector, but that's the name of his channel. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? Thanks, Steve, for having me on. I was very happy to be on here and just talking about some new comics from this week.
Dude, let's do it. Let's do it. Before we do any of that, I must remind everyone that our Thursday night chat is brought to you by comicbook_pressing on Instagram. His name is Eric. He does a great job pressing comic books. If you ever need any comic books pressed, make sure you hit him up, comicbook_pressing on Instagram. Protect your comic book investment for as little as $10 by pressing it with him. And make sure you use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. Every one of my Thursday night chats is brought to you by comicbook_pressing on Instagram. All right, let's hit up some people up in the chat, see who else here. There must be some other people live right now because normally we have a lot more people in here already. Legion of Comics. What's up, dude?
Hey, that guy.
Alex Tapia. What's up, man? John. John is here for Ryan and Panda. But Panda's not here this week. Panda, Dustin are not here. Hopefully they're back next week because we got a big week next week. We got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 55, first new Green Ranger. Then we got Batman 101. We got Venom 29. We got Team and T 110. We got all sorts of awesome books coming out next week. Marc Spector is in the chat. All right, that's what's up. Ryan is in the chat. That's what's up.
Woo. I'm everywhere tonight.
Oh shoot. Yeah, definitely some good DC this week. Yeah, there was. What's up, dude? Dude, I don't know where everyone is, man. I just don't know where they're at. Normally, like I said, we got 15 to 20 people in. There must be a lot of people live right now. I guess I'd have to check that. But how are you guys doing this week?
Pretty good.
You guys doing well? It's almost the weekend. You guys got any big plans this weekend?
No, but it has been interesting because Monday was Indigenous Peoples Day.
Oh,
and then yeah, and then my kids' school, like, they do 9 weeks instead of 6 weeks. So they have this is the end of their 9 weeks. So Friday all grades go in. So they have like this digital day where all the teachers are doing like in-service. So my kids only had to go to school like 3 days this week. So it's made my life a little bit easier.
Wednesdays are my day for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me, I don't have really a weekend. My weekend is today and tomorrow. I'm actually working the weekend at the hospital. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's right. Because you have a different. What is your job again? You are a.
So I'm a respiratory therapist.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Nice. And that's a new job for you, right? Because you just got a new job.
Yeah. I'm up in Boston again. So hopefully tomorrow I can at least get to the comic book shop. So I did a lot of digital reading today instead.
Okay. All right. That's what you told me that. Me that. Ruben is at the gas station right now. I wanted to pop in and say, hey. All right. Hey, are you on your way to Oregon right now? He must be. There's like 10 people live right now. Economics and Comics, Lords of the Long Box, Comic Head 84, Comic Book Poser, and several others that I don't even know about. But those particularly are the ones that I know are live right now. So that's okay. That's all right. Maybe they'll pile in here later. We'll see. Congrats again on the marriage and the baby. Hopefully you're getting some sleep, Robert, because my daughter's 5, and she still wakes us up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell me about it. Mine's gonna be 2 next week, and he gets up early. It's tough.
Yeah.
It is tough out there. They're in California right now. Okay, all right. Make sure you say hi to Reggie. Make sure you say hi to Reggie and John. They're to California. And Flash Ray Videos, also California people. Opposite side of the coast as Dave from Marc Spector Comics. You're halfway to Bend. You're going to Bend? You're going to Bend, Oregon? Dude, I got family like really close to there. Okay. All right. This is a part of the show where we show off what books we got this week. I don't know about you guys. It was kind of a light week. So I actually had to go to 2 different shops to get what I needed because my LCS for some reason they got next week's books but not this week's books, so I could have technically gotten like Batman 101 and like a whole bunch of others. I didn't really ask if I did, but I didn't. I kind of jokingly said, hey, let me get 101, but it didn't happen. Anyway, let me show off what books I got this week. All right, so this came out last week, but we're gonna talk about it tonight, hopefully. We try to save it for you, Panda, but you're not here. So, Firepower 4. Okay. I'm gonna move all those Power Ranger. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw my unboxing video, but I still got all these Power Ranger boxes over here for my Megazord. That's right. There. I need to throw those away. I'm just gonna sit here. Okay. This is the book that I had to go to another shop for some reason. My shop didn't get this, and this is like the one book like of the DC line outside of just Batman that I feel like everyone would want. If you're a DC fan. Death Metal #4, and this is the. I don't know what who did the cover art. Now that I say that.
That was Art Germ.
Is it Art Germ? You're right. It is. Look at you. It's just beautiful.
Right on it tonight.
You are right on it tonight. That's what's a
nice cover. Yeah,
it is.
That's a nice cover.
I feel like Art Germ is doing a CGC signing soon. Is that right?
Oh, is he?
I felt like he was on the list. But
there's been a ton of people on there. I got a sense of books over. There's been a lot of great artists and writers there right now.
The problem is that they're charging so much, man. It's ridiculous. It's
been really hesitating me to send books because it's the price, but it's including all that, the grading and all that whatnot. But
but like you can get for instance, I just sent like 4 books to CGC recently, and to get them all just blue labeled, sent to CGC and back, it was $115, and that's usually what it is to get like 1 or 2 people to sign it.
Yep.
What's up?
I imagine part of that's probably because of the lack of cons, huh?
Yeah, they're doing more.
Because they make a lot of their money off of like signings and stuff and doing cons. So I imagine now they're trying to charge more because they have an even smaller audience.
I will say, my friend Karate Kevin over at Superpower Review did an awesome interview of CGC where they talked about in-person signings and the fact that they're going to continue to do those and probably go to less cons next year than they had been. And they were already scaling back. So I imagine this is probably going to be like, I imagine they'll still be going to like some of the bigger cons, C2E2, NYCC, and San Diego and all that. But overall, I feel like they're probably just going to continue to do the in-person signings. It's better for them. Probably less headache and all that. Okay. Next book I got was Flash 763. and Hook Lee cover. Every one of his Hook Lee covers for Flash has been amazing. I think the first one they did was 756 or 757, one of those two. But love it. We'll talk this tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the only book that I have yet to read, just because I just got my book today. I was telling you guys that Wednesdays are my day that we have where we don't have to go to work, and I live an hour away from where my work is, which is also in the same city as the comic book store, which is good. But on Wednesdays, that's the one day that we don't have to go to school. It's all virtual, and that's the one day that comic books come out. So I wasn't able to go until today, and so I wasn't able to read any of my stuff until tonight, and this just didn't make the cut because we weren't going to talk about it. But I'm enjoying a story by Tom Taylor. We got 7 Secrets #3, and I think this is the variant cover. It's got to be because Daniele.
I think so.
Daniele does the inside art, and I think cover A's, and this is not his art.
You said that's issue #3 now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That was one of the books I wanted to start reading today, but I'll have to read it. I'll have to start reading it if it's good. It's pretty good.
I have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like issue 1 didn't catch me as much as I'd like it to, but I heard from my friends at Simple Man's Comics, hey, what's up, Zenworld?
Hey, what's up, man?
That issue 2 really starts picking up. And so read issue 2, and it did. It was really good. So I'm going to read issue 3, and hopefully it keeps being good. No Panda tonight. Yeah, there was some volleyball or something going on. I don't know.
We might need to send out a silver alert, not an amber alert.
Right. Maybe it's good. You got to go back to work tomorrow on a Friday? Dang. No, we don't need to send out an amber alert. Okay. Let's do this. All right, go ahead. Ryan.
Well, actually, I'm kind of in the same boat. I haven't picked up any physicals. Between the kids at school and my wife's been working too in the evenings, so it makes it almost impossible for me to get out. But like I said, they're out of school tomorrow and stuff, so hopefully I can make some time to go tomorrow. But We Live #1, The Flash 763, Usagi Yojimbo 13, and Concrete Jungle #1 I will be picking up.
Usagi Yojimbo. You said Flash, and you said
We Live.
Okay, for some reason I thought you said we only find them when they're dead. I don't know why, but even though it was way shorter than that.
No, yeah, it's called We Live. It's an Aftershock book, and then Concrete Jungle.
Okay, We Live was very good. I'm definitely in for issue 2. There you go. There you go. And those guys are definitely the indie fans, big indie fans.
If I had a little bit more time, I was going to read that book next tonight.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it turned out really good.
There you go. There you go. Lots of good compliments on that book. Bandito, what's up? How's it going? All right. Yeah, let's do that. There you go.
All right.
What did you read digitally? Because you said you didn't get any physical.
Yeah, so I didn't have time to go out to the LCSs today. The little guy took a nap during the day, and then my father-in-law came over and spent some time. So I didn't get a chance to go to the LCS. Hopefully tomorrow I can go in the afternoon. What I did read today was Flash, Dark Knight's Metal. I read all 4 issues of Firepower.
Oh, so, you did read it. Nice.
I read it straight through.
Did you read the OGN?
I didn't read the prelude.
Oh, okay.
Because that's 100 pages. Like I didn't have enough time.
Right.
I read the first 4.
Okay.
Yeah, which is impressive on its own.
Yeah. And I read Avengers 37. I read Immortal Hulk 38 or 39, whatever it is. And Batman's Grave.
Dude, you read a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I banged it out this afternoon.
I was going to say, thank goodness he took a nap, right?
Exactly.
Dude, that's what's up. So, yeah, we're going to talk Firepower, Flash 763, and we can talk about whatever else you guys want to talk about tonight. Yeah. Lucky I was getting paid while the baby bombing, but yeah, time to make some money. Yes, it is time to make some money. Which, speaking of making money, this is exciting news for me. I just filled out the stuff to get my first paycheck from YouTube. $114. Yeah.
Congrats.
I was about to say, man, you've been teaching school for free? What's going on?
Oh, no. No, but tomorrow is gonna be a long day because, like I told you guys, it's homecoming, and so I live an hour away. I'm not gonna come home and go back and drive an hour again for the game. So I'm just gonna stay in Topeka, so I go to the homecoming game and shoot photos and video of the game and homecoming candidates and who wins and all that. Because I'm kind of in charge of all of that, obviously, and for the yearbook too. Just finished catching up on Firepower right before the show, dude. I was talking to you about Firepower. It's so good.
Yeah.
Immortal Hulk. Is that still good? Is Immortal Hulk still good?
Yeah, it's been good right along. This issue, I kind of forgot some of the stuff that happened in 37, so I was kind of lost a little bit. So kind of, but it's been good. It's been
good. There we go. Okay, do you guys want to talk Flash first, or should we talk Firepower first?
Whatever you guys want, man.
Does not
Flash
matter.
is fine.
You need to check out Devil's Red Bride. It was a cool little issue. Never heard of that.
I heard that was pretty good as well too. I think that was Rock and Robbie's top pick of the week.
Really?
Dude, there you go. Nice.
Who publishes that? Where'd that come from?
Vault
I never even heard that one. Vault? Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
Isn't Immortal Hulk ending soon? Issue 30 something?
I don't know. There's been talk about it, but it's been such a good read, so I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. It was not. Yeah.
There was a lot of rumors of months back that it was going to end at issue 25, and then it just kept on going.
Right. Hey, it's Adrian.
Hey,
316. What's up? I'm working with you right now. I'm doing volleyball stuff with my daughter. Oh, good. We're not sad at all. Vault Comics. Okay. All right. Let's talk. Let's talk Flash first, and then we'll go to Firepower, and then we'll talk about death metal and anything else you guys want to talk about. What's up, David? Would have loved to talk. Yeah. So I talked to Dave about that today. I talked to you about that last night, Panda, and it's all good. It happens, dude. No worries.
Were you able to talk to your LCS owner about? Did they have that issue?
So they have 37, but not the other 33, 34, 35. He said a lot of those came out during the beginning of the pandemic too.
33 is very scarce because it came out right in the beginning of the pandemic. That's why it's up in price a little bit. Yeah. I have 3 or 4 copies. So if you want to read that arc, I can send it to you.
Oh, well, I mean, I would. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd buy that from you. I want to know how good it is. I've heard great things. I remember Dustin at 33, and he goes, "It's so good." So,
I enjoyed it.
So after he had talked about it that night, I read that one and I really liked it, but it was something that I could tell I would not keep up with month to month. So is that story arc over? Can I go get a trade of it now? Because that's what I was waiting on, was kind of a trade read on that.
37 completed that Age of Khonshu story arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, what I'll do tomorrow, I'm going back to his store, and actually, he's going to let me go to his back room where all the good stuff is, and look through it and whatnot. I think I'm going to help him do a live sell sometime on my channel, and help him sell some stuff. But
sounds like a trap.
Yeah. Well, and then obviously when I go there, I'll look for the Avengers stuff. So, okay. All right. We're going to talk Flash 763. I'm the only one at the floppy of it, but that's all right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. First off, this is the first issue without Joshua Williamson, who did 102 or 101 issues of Flash dating back to 2016, completely through. He did an awesome job. I loved his work on Barry Allen, which everyone knows I do like Wally more, but I do like the Flash overall, and he did a great job with it. And so this issue, I mean, it's going to be hard to fill his shoes for sure, but you can definitely tell, if you read the last issue or two, that this is not the same writer at all.
Artist.
No, yeah, I don't like the way he drew Barry's face.
It was a completely different panel for this. Yeah, they everyone.
I think he got better as the book went on, because by the end of it I was like, oh, this doesn't bother me too much, so maybe it just grew on me as I went. But then I went back to reread it, and at the beginning I was like, oh no, this is still just as bad as I remember it whenever I read it the first time.
What you mean?
Yeah, the artwork. And like, I hate to say it's bad, because like it's not necessarily bad, it's just like, I don't know, in a completely different style than what it was before.
Yes.
It's like very flat and simplistic compared to what they were doing before this.
It kind of reminds me a little bit if Chris Samney did The Flash. You know what I mean? Chris Samney did Firepower.
Yeah. Just not quite as bold, yeah.
No, but there's not a lot of shading going on. Very simple stuff.
I'm not really a fan of the expressions in this. They tend to be very like blank faced.
Yeah.
And if they're far away, they don't get eyes or a mouth or.
Yeah, honestly, more of the expression and action comes from like the hair, and I don't like the hair and the eyebrows more than anything. Their mouth is mostly just like
Just on that first page when he's holding that tomato and he has that expression, it looked bad.
You talking about? Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, and
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about this one right here.
Yeah.
I looked at that and I was like, "What the hell is that?" That's Barry Allen.
Yeah.
And the way he's drawn it just looks so. I don't know. I just was not a fan of it.
It looked bad, man. Yeah. His neck is huge.
Yeah. Like that was the thing. Before, he had a runner's body. He was a fast guy with a runner's body, and then here he looks more like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, he looks huge in that picture with his shirt is like ripped out. Yeah, it looks I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing the Flash like that.
Yeah, me neither. Thanks, man. Love you. She brought me my charger.
He was like kind of slim and lanky, very like toned muscles, but not like giant muscles. And then like whenever I flip to that next page with with like the splash page, I guess, or the title page, it's like what his clothes are all ripped up and like he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something.
I was like, are we really gonna do a whole issue on him wanting to just get his ring back? Like the whole time I'm like, is this serious right now? Is this really what we're going to?
Yeah, and I guess while we're kind of like dogging,
but
I guess while we're dogging the art, I'll say I don't know, like this story might get better, but it just seems so juvenile and like unthought of.
I wasn't a huge fan. Like at the end, it made sense, obviously, but it felt like a cheap version of that second Spider-Man movie where he's fighting Mysterio with all those like he can't like it looks real to him because of the projections, but it's not. That's what you know what I mean. And just not good. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark? Dave, sorry.
I did think the story did get a little bit better towards the end of the issue. Mm-hmm. It kind of pieced it all together, and I did find it pretty funny that the trickster was kind of like placing side bets on him whether he was gonna, you know, get to this location in a certain amount of time. I thought that was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, I thought it was an okay issue overall. The drawing, artwork needs to be a little bit better, but it for a first issue, leading off of what Williamson did, it's tough to, follow that.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same. Like the first half of the issue, I was like, this is really bad. Once you get into the last half and you get past like all the setup, and especially the end when it kind of comes together and it really gives some significance to it all, I felt a lot better about it. I agree. One disappointment to me though was that it kind of all wrapped up and I kept hearing like, oh yeah, he's going to explore what the ring means and why it's important and how it came to be and all this stuff. And then I got to the end, I was like, oh wait, like that was the whole exploration was just a single issue. Like, I don't know. I felt like the build up to that whole concept of a story was a little more than what we got.
And then it teased at the end, Dr. Alchemy. So I'm not too familiar with that character. You guys maybe could fill me in on that if you guys know who that is.
So have you watched any of the Flash TV show?
Yeah.
So
Is he in there?
I felt like he was. I thought that was played by the guy that was in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's who it was. Yeah. Same guy.
Okay.
Yep. He's just another
Like minor villain.
Yeah. Just a minor villain.
Of course, I think that would be, and I know we tend to say this about just about everybody that comes on to write a book, but I think that would be the more interesting route for this, is to like explore more of like the B tier and like try to give some significance to some of these other villains instead of focusing on like the arch rival kind of situation over and over again.
I felt like they could have gone a little stronger that first issue though. Like I felt like it should have been like, I know we just got done with Finish Line and we're battling Reverse Flash. No, don't battle the Trickster. That's like someone said this earlier about one of the other ones. It felt like a throwaway issue, like the last Thor issue, and like Death Metal 4 issue. Just felt like a filler issue. When if you're trying to like make like a lot of people enjoy what you're doing, you got to do better than that. When you're over for a good writer, so they got to do something else.
I kind of wonder if this almost wasn't a resume of sorts, like a proof of concept. Like, okay, you want to do this? Well, give us a single issue, and if it's good enough, we'll put you on the book and we'll release that. If not, then because this, I don't know. Again, they kept on talking about exploring the meaning of the ring, and then it was like, oh, but it's just one book, like one little story. And the Trickster is the crux of how we find out about the ring. Come on now, like,
yeah. And
I will say I almost gave up on this whenever he goes and like the police are standing guard for Trickster, and he like comes and like takes down Trickster, and he's like, oh, but he hasn't done anything wrong, and it's like, does he not have a history? Like, like, I don't know. It's crazy to me that like there was no issue with him being a bad guy in general. Like, no, he's all on the up and up right now. Like, what about all of his past crimes?
That's true, but he obviously did something to get out. So I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of the issue. I wasn't expecting much. It was probably about what
we expected. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's not gonna blow me away. It's from a writer I've never heard of.
Yeah, and what I was talking to you about, Steve, is supposedly this is kind of like a tryout. They don't have a definitive writer post Williamson. So I think they're kind of giving him a trial run to see how he does, and that this issue kind of exemplified that. And if he doesn't do well, and this is not just him, the artist as well too.
Yeah.
They're just gonna scrap it and bring somebody else on.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's kind of my thing, is like I want to stick on a little bit to see where it goes and give it a chance. But
a few issues at least, yeah.
Yeah, because I knew I wasn't going to be happy with not Williamson at this point, but I don't know. This was even weaker than I kind of expected, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And I would imagine, obviously, Batman's their #1 seller.
Yeah.
I would imagine that the Flash has got to be top 3 or 4. Wouldn't you imagine?
That'd be, top 3.
It's got to be up there if like Superman and.
Because I don't think Superman's right there. I don't know. That's just me personally. Have you guys been reading Superman?
No. You know what? I'm gonna look on sales by month, and I'm gonna go try to find the most recent one.
Because Batman, bar none, is #1.
Yes.
Flash has been consistently well this whole time, so it's got to be top 3. Who would you put in as #2?
Well, the best one.
So you could argue that Flash is #2.
I mean,
I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I feel like you know, we always say, oh, people are sleeping on this book, and that's not really true about a lot of things. But I would say Immortal Hulk is kind of like the progenitor of sleeping on a title. Like nobody saw how big that was going to be. And I
Yeah.
think The Flash is like number 2 that people are sleeping on. Like Williamson was crushing it. He never did anything bad. Like every book was so good, and everybody was more interested in talking about Tom King and Batman. And I'm like, but
True.
all y'all want to do is hate on him. Why is nobody praising Williamson as loudly as they're talking about how bad Tom King was, you know?
The Flash is their number 2 book.
Yeah, it had to have been, because Wonder Woman has great covers. I don't know too many people that were reading it. Superman, same thing.
Yeah.
Of the major titles.
So they
listed Flash number 2 or 3. Yeah.
It is. And so let me pull this up.
I know a lot of people have had issues with Superman, and whoever was it, Bendis finally is leaving that, and people are excited.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot about Detective Comics as well. But yeah, same thing.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Batman and Detective Comics. So this is the last Diamond month that they can show. This is March. So I mean, obviously it's been 6 months, but obviously Batman 90 and 91 are their top 2 sellers for DC, and then right after that, now it is Flash 750. But still, like, what is the next DC book on this list?
Strange Adventures.
80th anniversary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strange Adventures.
And that was a number 1.
Deceased, which is actually that's a mini series, but Tom Taylor, I almost feel like Tom Taylor needs to be on a main book for DC because of how well he writes.
I'll give that credit. I feel like it's not quite hit the mark it needs to in a couple of points, but the Deceased, whatever it's called, that we've been Dead Planet or whatever, it's been pretty good, especially that 3rd issue. I really like that 3rd issue, other than they drug the ending out too long.
Are you guys going to be reading DC's Endless Winter?
I saw that comment, and my first thought was there new news on that? Because I have lost so much interest. Well, I never really had much interest anyway, but since they announced it, I have not even thought about it.
Honestly, I said this when it was announced. I felt like it's a lot like their Leviathan events, where it's just they're doing an event to do an event. It doesn't really feel like it has ramifications like the Death Metal does. You know what I mean? Or the King in Black coming up. We have the King in Black going up against Endless Winter. I mean, no one's going to be reading Endless Winter unless you're a huge DC fan, which I am. I might try it issue 1 and see how it goes. But
yeah, I'll read it. I'll read it just to read the first couple issues. This was the first time I actually heard of DC's Endless Winter. That just shows you how much.
Really?
Oh wow, yeah.
Wow.
I remember them announcing it. I almost wonder if it's by design though, because I mean, if you had any hint at all that the King in Black was coming, and you know, like you would know you don't need to plan a big event because the hype around that is pretty intense.
Yeah.
It is, and it's going to go across all of
the associated tie-ins with it.
Yeah. So like DC insiders, I imagine, already knew that event was in the works and was probably like, well, we need an event, you know, but like we don't want to put a bunch of money and time into something that we know the hype for the other guys is so big, you know.
So this is July for DC, and obviously the top 2 books, Batman, and then Death Metal, and Deceased, and Detective. And then it's Nightwing. I don't even see Flash on here.
Oh, there it is.
It's way down the list.
Wow. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like Williamson's run was so pure.
These numbers got to be off though, because I know that they're using several different distributors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I've been hearing is like there's a big issue with aggregating everything because of how many distributors DC's using, and they're pulled out of previews and Diamond and everything. So you have to pull like data from every single source and aggregate it instead of being able to just go by one set of data, you know?
They're still showing Flash as 20th here, and I just don't see how it can go from number 2 to number 20. Now,
well, wasn't the number 2 750?
Yeah, it was 750. You're right. Well, let me.
Yeah.
You know what?
People that don't even read will pick up a 750 or whatever because they make it such a big deal.
Well, let me do this then.
Like, I guess my point is, like, Williamson deserves to be like 1, 2, or 3, but I honestly I believe that he's coming in like number 20 for no good reason other than people just aren't reading a good book for some reason.
Oh man, where is it?
Which also, you know, Williamson always did those like great
It was a
intros, you
lot
know.
lower than we thought it was. Then I guess because he was 55th overall, and
Wow.
that's crazy. I thought it'd be way higher. So Batman and Deceased, and then White Knight was really good. There's a lot of these like mini series in here.
Yeah.
In Justice League. So weird. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, you know, Williamson always did those great intros. You know, it'd be like a page or two of like just great like inner dialogue and setting everything up, and then you get like the title splash, and like it was so perfect. And this book 100% feels like it was trying to copy that, and it felt so flat and inorganic. You know, I was like, "Good Lord, you're trying to copy that, and it's not working."
Man, I didn't realize how little Power Ranger comic books sold. I'm looking at this list. We are the minority, man. We really are. Power Rangers 48, so just a regular issue. Guess how many it sold?
48.
Power Rangers 48. Power Rangers
That's
48.
probably not even a good issue to guess at. Probably like 15,000 or something.
Just under 14,000.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
That's low, man. That's
Yeah, but that, I mean, that was pretty far into a bad event, you know. By that point, nobody was reading. What about like number 40 or like
50
or 50 or something, you know, where it seemed like we were getting a bright light, you know?
When was 50?
Like 48 was far enough in that people knew they weren't gonna keep reading that, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than 14,000 people. Probably not even that. Most of them probably bought like 5 copies for all the different covers. So really, it was probably like 5,000 people bought the book.
Power Rangers 50 was number 55 overall that month in terms of sales.
Yeah, see, that sounds a little bit. That sounds pretty accurate.
I just feel like the miniseries are more popular because it's so different from the main. That is true. That is why, like, I think I've really enjoyed the Draken New Dawn, and that's why I like the DC. And I think that's why everyone likes those miniseries, is because you do get stuff that's out of canon usually, or if it is canon, it doesn't really like play more into what else is actually happening. Like Death Metal is supposed to be canon, but it's not like Batman and Superman and Flash are still doing their thing in the regular books. You know what I mean?
And that's why you typically see those books with higher sales, like we were seeing on that list, because it's not off the main titles, and it's like a short mini series and something a little different from canon.
Well, and you think even if you're reading a mini series, they say, okay, this is gonna be 5 issues, and you read the first one, you're like, okay, that was like an 8, and then you read the second one, and it was like, well, that was a 6. Well, odds are you're gonna stick around because it's only 3 more issues, you know. So even if it's not great, you're gonna stick around. But if it's ongoing and you could get a 6, you're like, I don't even know if I want to keep buying into this, you know.
Right. That's true.
That's something I've talked about a lot though, because Valiant, you know, the way that they handle their characters is like generally they only have like 2 or 3 characters that have a series at the moment, but they're all done in like 4, 5, 6 issues, you know, and then whenever that ends, a different character. But they all exist in the same universe, and then they'll do an event book, and it's like just one single like oversized issue that tells the whole story of the event and defines the universe that all the characters are going to live in for the next year.
Right.
But you might only see those characters like 5 or 6 months out of the year, you know. It helps keep each character like fresh because they keep coming back, but they're not always in your face. I wish Marvel and DC would do something like that, where they're not like, we have to have every character ongoing all the time, you know?
I'm responding to Yahweh here. He says that Power Rangers will be like Spawn 100s in a few years, where everyone goes back.
And that's the one thing I don't like about Marvels. They have to tie in all these characters with these big crossover events, and it just drives me nuts.
It does.
Like
I agree.
3 big crossover events every single year.
Yeah, and you know, like the thing is, we know that the market is moving more and more toward like graphic novels and stuff.
It is.
I think the smartest move they could do is our event is going to be a single graphic novel, like 150 pages, and that event is going to define the universe that all these characters live in for the next year. And so if somebody's not even reading Marvel or DC, they can pick up this one graphic novel and get into the current state of the universe. What is the status quo? And then they can break out into the individual series, you know?
Right.
But having a million books, that's not new reader friendly. If you're not already reading all this stuff, you're not going to go pick up everything you need to find out what that event's actually about, you know?
True. That's true. That's true.
Like, to me, event books should define the universe for a set amount of time, but it should also be new reader friendly. Like, that should be the jumping on point every year. Like, once a year, you know, this is the jumping on point for all your new readers.
Well, that's what they're doing to Power Rangers. We got Mighty Morphin #1 and then Power Rangers #1 coming out back to back. They're splitting that in 2 books, which based on those numbers, I don't know that can it support 2 books like it had been, unless Power Rangers only goes like a 12 issues or something. I don't know, man. I know that they can sell a ton of exclusives because all the exclusives, it almost feels like the Rangers are better as covers and exclusives than they are as an actual story sometimes. And I love Power Rangers, but
yeah,
it almost feels that way, especially with the Omega Rangers. I'm not a huge fan of the Omega Rangers overall, but I don't know. What do you think, Ryan?
I mean, my thought on it is I feel like they have pulled a lot of their like advertising and pushing back a little bit since probably like halfway through Necessary Evil. It felt like at that point, the only people reading were the diehards, you know?
That's true.
And I suspect they were basically saving up budget, like advertising money and stuff, because it seems like they are doing a very big like advertising push for the relaunch.
That's true.
I kind of suspect about halfway through Necessary Evil, they realized this wasn't what they intended and that they needed to like do a soft reboot and get everything on track where they wanted it. And so it feels like about halfway through Necessary Evil, they pretty much said like, stop writing so hard and stop advertising so much. And let's just pour all of our resources into relaunching and getting those numbers back up to where they were.
Sorry, I'm gonna put something in a private chat to you guys that I just got.
Although I have not read any of the current Power Rangers series. I did read the Power Rangers TMNT run, and that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yeah, that was a great series.
That was a really good story.
It was really great. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Oh, very cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't really want to tell anyone what I just told them, but it's pretty cool. All I'll say is it's pretty cool what I just got. So see if I can try to download this because it's not letting me do this on this computer. So, but you guys got anything else you guys want to talk about with Splash?
No, I think we pretty much covered all of.
We pretty much ripped it to shreds. Yeah. It wasn't great. Hopefully it gets better. You are fashionably late. Hey, Austin LeMay, how you doing, man?
Oh, let me throw in like one more hater comment. That stupid doll sitting on that thing looked like a mannequin, and then it falls, and he rushes over to catch it, and he's like,
"Yeah,
oh, it's just a mannequin." I was like, "What is wrong with you? Do your eyes not work?" I mean, this artist isn't even that great, and I was able to tell the difference between a real human and a doll.
So the boys, I put it in here. I made it unlisted after because it's an R-rated show and some R-rated stuff was said. And so since it's a family comics channel, I made it unlisted after. So if you want the link, I'll send it to you. We talked for about an hour and a half on the TV show. But yes, no boys tonight. We're talking about what came out this week. I think, what's up? What'd you say wow about? What'd you say wow about? Me making it unlisted?
No.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
remember.
All right. So that was
Firepower.
763. Should we talk firepower number 4 next? Hey, we got 15 people in here. That's what's up. All right.
And they're all here for firepower, so let's do it.
I just shared it on my IG as well. So hopefully,
Oh, dude, you're big time then, dude. You got all the people here.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure that was me.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Firepower number 4 came out last week. We were going to review it then, but Panda hadn't read it yet. And so we waited on him, and then he wasn't here this week. So we're just going to review it with Marc Spector Comics instead. So I will say that.
Which will actually be really interesting because he has a different perspective from the other 3 of us.
So okay, actually, I want to hear from you first, Marc Spector Comics, since you've not read the OGN, which answers a lot of questions.
Oh, really? Okay.
What questions do you have, or what things come to your mind when you think about Firepower 4?
So like I said, I read the first 4 issues straight through today. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very cool concept. It almost reminded me of a little bit of Iron Fist from early on, minus the original origin story.
It does.
So I've always liked the martial arts type of stories in general. So I kind of gravitated towards that initially when I in the beginning, in the first issue, I didn't really know what was going on towards the end.
Right.
And it started all piecing together as we went through that he was in this old, temple. He had this female that he kind of bonded with, but did she pass away? Is that did I get that correct, or is she still alive?
I don't know if that's
yes.
answered really.
Has that been revealed yet? Oh.
I don't know if it's really been revealed yet. Has it, Ryan? Because I don't remember her dying in the OGN.
We haven't seen it happen, and I suspect that's by design. I kind of suspect she is still alive, but the main character definitely does not know that.
Okay.
At first, I thought the wife was going to be the girlfriend from before.
I thought so. The whole time I thought that.
Yeah, I thought that, but in the 3rd issue, and especially here in the 4th issue, she's made it clear that she is not the same person.
No, she is.
So, and I think it's in the 2nd or 3rd issue where they do refer to her dying and stuff, but we haven't seen her die, and I suspect that's because she will eventually show up. But like you saw in the 4th issue here, he definitely does not know whether he assumes she's dead, so he does not know she's alive, nor do we as the audience technically. Okay,
so that's why I wasn't sure, because reading it straight through, it was kind of like it seemed like she was dead, but I don't know if she was. He was talking to his wife at dinner, and she seemed obviously very jealous of the whole situation and not knowing what it was like to have someone lost. So that's why I was kind of thrown off. But yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, and like you said, both of you guys said, I definitely thought the whole time that his wife was the same person, because his wife can fight like a ninja. And that's what the whole temple thing where he went with that lady was, that they were both basically ninjas.
Yeah,
and
because remember
that relationship in the OGN, it explains a lot more stuff, and it actually explains the firepower. It explains all of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a little tiny bit of a spoiler, but it might be significant to you. Owen is the only person that can throw a fireball.
I was going to say, does he want to know that? But you told him. He's the only one. So it's called with the flaming fist.
So it almost ties it into the old Iron Fist. So you get the power of the fist.
Mm-hmm.
It throws all these mystical power and stuff like that. Okay, cool. That's very cool.
So basically, I don't know how much I want to ruin the.
I don't want to ruin everything, but it's pretty clear at the very beginning of the prelude that they know that there's this origin. They believe that people can shoot fireballs, and that's what they're practicing in the mountains is trying to figure out how to do it, rediscover that ability.
And they can do it a little bit with they can warm up their hands, but they cannot throw fire. And this old guy keeps doing it, and he keeps trying, and it shows like this big old thing that someone was able to like a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
And all of a sudden in a battle, he is able to throw it.
I'm gonna have to read that prelude now. Nice. All right.
Dude, it's good. It is long.
Yeah.
It is very long. It's gonna take about 45 minutes.
But it's also a page turner. Like you're not gonna get bored. You'll read like I think it's like 150 or 180, and like you'll read through it so fast because it's a page turner.
I like stories like that where you get a lot of action, very little words, sometimes here and there. It's just a quick read. Like Brent was saying, issue number 2 was like straight, like essentially a silent issue.
It was
with a little bit of dialogue towards the end. I like those. Those are pretty cool. You get a nice story by looking at the pictures.
And you get a bit more backstory on that guy that approaches him in the grocery store in the OGN. You find out a little bit more about his backstory and about why Owen is not like super keen on trying to talk to him. So I'll say that. But there's a lot more going on. Like Kirkman is doing a great job of like making you like trust someone, but maybe not trust them. Like you're questioning whether you should trust this character or not. And I don't know. It's really good. And this issue does kind of touch you a little bit more because like we all got kids, you know, we're all with an awesome lady, which at some point in our lives, there was a lady before the lady, and then someone got jealous at some point. So it all touches us a little bit, but I felt like
that's what I really liked about this issue is it's more focused on like his domestic life and how all of the things going on outside of that, but it all feels real. Like Robert Kirkman just knows how to tap into like a couple's argument and like the conversation with his dad when he has to say like, yeah, I still love her, you know, and the way his dad like, his dad's done this twice now where he's like trying to tell him these life lessons through analogy, but he forgets all the details, but like he still conveys the message. Like you still know what he's saying, you know? Like it's just really good. Like Robert Kirkman is really good at tapping into the mundane, you know? Yeah,
I agree 100%. I don't know. It's fun. It does kind of make you think though. Like he's talking to his dad. I gotta find the page here. Like, did you love her or do you still love her? And he goes, yeah. But then he's also like, so have you gone through, you know, having a kid, teach him how to ride a bike, you know, sleepless nights, all of that stuff.
A mortgage.
All of that stuff. It might be a little bit more lust for Owen or just good memories of that girl versus his wife.
You know, it's to me, my first thought was like summer love, you know, when you like go somewhere for summer vacation, you meet that girl and you like spend the summer with her, but you don't have to like be tested by your friends and like all these different things in your outside life because you're like on vacation, you know. And so that's kind of how I took it. Meaning is like being in the mountains with no test. There's no other outside pressure. It was just me and her. So it was easy. But like in the real world, he knows that same relationship wouldn't last.
It would not. It's different. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
That analogy his father talked about with the elephant was hilarious.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. You know the fable about the elephant and the blind monks? 3 blind monks, or maybe it was 5. They find an elephant.
She was
blind, so they can't see
the elephant's tail.
Or maybe it was the ear.
Yes, it was great. Honestly, I remember hearing like a lot of people saying how good the free comic book day firepower was, and I couldn't find him at LCS, and I was just at a random comic book shop, and they had it up front, and I was like, oh, I've seen this all over Instagram. Might as well give it a try. And I read it, and I was like, oh, this is so good. Even though, like, for over half of the issue, you're, like, bored as hell because there's not much going on until they finally get to the grocery store. Though you do know something's going to happen because he can, like, jump over fences and do all sorts of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I remember reading that, and I was, like, so bored until the last, I don't know, like, 30% of the book. And I was like, okay, this is amazing. And then I want to say I didn't read the OGN until after issue 2. I read it right before issue 3. And Ryan and I were saying that was a perfect time for me to read that because issue 3 hashes so much stuff back to the OGN, man. You got to get it, dude. You got to find it. And
yeah,
get
the first two issues are very like self-contained. Like they don't really connect back to the OGN in any real way. But once you get to that third issue, there is a few things in there that it's kind of significant to have read the prelude. Yes. But I was going to say the main reason I thought that she was the same girl is because remember in the first issue when they're at the barbecue and her partner is telling Owen about whenever they took down that crook, and he's like, man, I don't even know what happened. Like the guy pulled the gun and took off running, and she jumped over the fence. Where would she learn to jump like that? And I was like, okay, that's the girlfriend.
That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too.
You learned that at the police academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned at the police academy. Oh, Richard, that is hilarious, man. That is hilarious. Yeah, this book has been so good. I will say I was not a huge fan of issue 2, though. I felt like there should have been more talking in it, but overall, it's been amazing. I still feel like the best part is what you've not read. The OGN is my favorite, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to have to read that next. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. The ending is a little bit what's the right word I'm looking for? I think we all kind of expected that to happen at the end of the book when he goes out, he like leaves for a second and comes back, and obviously his wife is being held by that other dude, and everyone else is like hiding, and there's crap everywhere. I don't know.
Oh no!
You didn't expect that?
No, remember when they're leaving the house and they say we text you reply immediately.
You thought they were gonna take the kids,
and they leave, and you see the assassins in the trees looking at the kids, and I was like, okay, he's gonna go to the bathroom and come back, and she's gonna be like, the kids haven't like. We're gonna see her like had texted when he went to the bathroom, and when he comes back, she's like, they haven't replied, and they're gonna rush home, and the assassins were gonna be there holding the kids hostage. So that's what I was expecting to happen, but instead he gets attacked in the bathroom. So
he did describe the Grease movie. That is what I thought too. Summer loving, yeah. I don't know. I thought it was pretty obvious what was going to happen there, but overall, I'm excited for the next issue for sure. You just unsure like what that tribe wants with him so badly. Other than the fact that the ending to the OGN. we know.
I don't know, like, because all the alliances have changed since the OGN, so it's hard to tell exactly what their whole focus is. I'm assuming they want Owen so that they can find out how to shoot a fireball, but like I don't know why or what the point is.
I think it's more to why they turned on him.
I'm going to speculate on this because I haven't read that yet. Is they're trying to get him into the temple because they want to steal his power.
That's what Ryan says, and I don't think so.
And if that's the case, they're ripping that off from Iron Fist.
I don't. Well, they might. I mean, he might be, but that's not what I think. I think it's because of why they turned on him in the OGN, because of what he dropped when he was fighting.
Okay.
And you'll once you read that, you'll know what I mean. I don't want to spoil it too much, but
yeah. I also feel like there's something else in there that kind of like ties into all of the alliances and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like the backstory to his backstory, so like a whole nother generation back.
There is. Yeah, there is.
But that's part of the thing that's really cool about this is like you could start here just like David has here. You can start there and I don't think you would be lost, but there's also like this whole section of like there's this other stuff you could learn about to make this make even more sense, but there's other things they've even hinted at before that. So like the universe, like Kirkman has so much opportunity here because there's a time gap between the prelude and this one. There's a time gap of 15 years. So he left himself a 15-year window, and they've hinted that things have happened in that 15 years. So there's story to tell there. There's story to tell about what happened before the OGN. And then there's obviously everything that's going on in the series now. Like Kirkman has built a world that has so much opportunity for even more storytelling as far as he wants to take it, you know?
It almost feels like he did that on purpose to where like, it's kind of like when you see like a show go for like 4 or 5 seasons and all of a sudden there's a 5-year time jump so they can fill in more stuff, more backstory to do flashbacks and whatnot so they can basically do whatever they want. That's what they always do. And he's doing that there because I feel like he wants to. So
it does, but I also feel like this like the series itself, I feel like is probably only going to be strong for like maybe 20, 25 issues.
We'll see.
Not that he won't surprise me and go for like 100, you know, but I feel like this particular story probably is only good for like 20 to 25, but he's already put so much back history in there that the series itself wouldn't need to end.
I don't know. What I like about it is it's kind of like a feel-good like story. It's not like something that's killing the children. It's not, you know what I mean? It's like a superhero movie, like book, but it's not like too much happening. It's like a superhero that doesn't want to be a superhero. He just wants to be a normal guy. That's what I think. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, I think the thing that makes it so, I think the action and the special abilities and stuff, like that's fun to watch, but the level of relatability that's laid as the groundwork is what makes it, you know, good to read, you know, something that you stick with, you know. If it was just Owen shooting fireballs all the time, I don't think anybody would care.
yes,
But because it's like, oh, him and his wife and their problems, and you know, the first issue when he's talking to his daughter and they go to the grocery store, like all of that stuff is equally as interesting, you know.
Yeah, and I have a daughter, and she's my only child, and it was kind of like when I was reading that, like it was a little bit boring, but at the same time, I'm like, I could see my daughter and I doing that in like 10 years, 8 years, or whatever. So,
like, you know, it's the kind of conversation you're going to have, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a 12-year-old son. Like, this kid plays video games all the time. Like, whenever that first issue opened and she's yelling at him about getting in the shower because all the people are coming and you don't want to put down the game, I'm like, I'm in. Like, I totally relate to that. I struggle with that all the time.
Yes. Side note here. My daughter's 5, and she's in kindergarten.
She already beat you in a race?
No. She told a boy at school that she has a crush on him. And he told her he has a crush on her. And then they hugged, and they got in trouble by the teacher. So I told her no more hugging because she could get the corona. And so no holding hands, no hugging. You only hug your daddy. So we'll see if that works. We'll see. She likes everyone. She likes anyone who gives her attention. So
I mean, that's a pretty bold move to tell somebody you have a crush on them. So kudos on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't even know if I could do that at 32. So
Yeah, you're making Steve uncomfortable right now.
it's fine. It's fine. She likes people. It's cool. Firepower is so great. It really is. Honestly, it's probably after Power Rangers. I'd probably say it's my favorite indie book. And I'm not reading a ton. Like I'm reading like TMNT, and I'm reading 7 Secrets, and there's one more, but it's my favorite non-Power Rangers indie book. So hashtag no hugs. Yes, hashtag no hugs. Hashtag don't hug boys. Oh shoot, yeah, really good. I'm excited for it going forward. I really like that there's only one cover. I like that. You don't have to worry about like getting a variant. Oh, this is cool. Like the only book that I want from there that I don't have yet is that gold foil of issue 1, which I got from Panda's store, but then realized it was not 9.8 quality, so we sold it. So hey, Magical Astro, what's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, what's up, Brian?
Hey.
Love his videos. Love his videos. He needs to show his face though. I'd like to. I want to see his face.
I'm waiting for that too when he goes live.
Are you YouTube OG enough to remember Kavi not showing his face?
Yeah.
I remember that too.
Yep.
And then when he finally showed his face, I was like, "Why didn't you do that before, man?" But I get it. I totally get it.
I thought you were going to say, cover it up.
No. Comic Book NYC is one of the best. He's amazing for sure. And he's really good friends with someone who lives not that far away from me, JP's Budget Collecting. I've met him in person at a con last year, and he's a great dude for sure. Okay, so we have so
You're
far.
reminding me of like all the people that I haven't watched their videos in like a week now. So,
dude, I need to watch so many people's videos. I still need to watch Marc Spector's 40-minute live stream from last week.
Oh, don't worry about that.
I don't think I've watched a newbie video in like 2 weeks now. I feel bad.
I need to watch his videos too. It's a lot harder for me now that I'm working, and so basically I'm working 8 hours a day, plus an hour to work and an hour back. So I'm basically doing 50 hours a week, and then I'm doing my YouTube stuff on top of that, and being a dad. And my K-State team is playing on Saturdays. Chiefs are playing on Sundays and Mondays. It's tough to get to watch everyone's stuff, but I'm trying. I'll do better. Okay, so far we talked Flash 763. We ripped that to shreds. And then we talked about Firepower 4, every issue. So great. So great. The art is growing on me. I don't know. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of issue 1, but ever since issue 1, I feel like the art's been really good. Like the OGN art was great, and it's been the same the whole time, and I like it. Okay, so should we talk death metal? That was so 2013. I don't get it. 40-minute live stream. Send me the link, bro. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, because this one's already an hour and 8 minutes. So, yeah, 40 minutes, that's actually not bad. The last 40-minute live stream I did, I think, was with you when I unboxed the stuff that you sent me.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Still waiting for that TMNT to be graded by CGC. It's been sitting and scheduled for grading for like 10 days.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be back soon.
I think it's a 9.8. And if it's a 9.6, who cares? You know? I mean, I wouldn't. I would prefer it to be a 9.8, obviously, but okay. Death metal number 4. We can talk that a little bit, and then talk whatever else you guys want to talk about. So you made this statement earlier, Marc Spector Comics, that Scott Snyder is available to do.
Yeah, he's always available.
Because he's got that exclusive with DC, and he is pretty high up in DC. I think so much so that I really actually believe that he was part of the people that got Dan DiDio karate chopped. So,
well, while we're in that vein, I guess we could also mention the stuff they announced. Like, it was today, right? That they finally announced all that, the future state or whatever.
Was it Futures? Well, I know that they announced crossover not that long ago. That's Donny Cates, but you talk about DC Future State? Yes.
Yeah, the DC stuff.
I want to do a whole video on that.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, like, to me, that definitely looks like the leftovers of the scrapped 5G thing that you know that we believe got DiDio pushed out by a lot of the other people. And I think that's been a question on a lot of people's minds. Like, was 5G going to be good? And these people were just, we want to stay how we are, or was it bad and they were trying to save the business? And seeing what we saw, honestly, it kind of looks like they were right for pushing them out if that's how it went. Like, the only cool thing in there is like the splash poster that they did with all the characters. Red X is like buried way in the background, and I kind of want to know if they're going to do something cool with that character.
I'm not happy with what I saw today. I'll just say that. because it does feel like it's scrapped 5G. It does feel like they are doing the exact same thing they did in Heroes in Crisis. And we just got Wally back, and he's at the forefront of death metal, and they're already going to do him dirty like that. I know it's supposed to be the future, 2 years in the future. Come on, man. That's bull crap.
Well, I mean, just based on purely on the character designs, there are some that don't look bad. There are some that look quite atrocious, though. Like, what is that Wonder Woman character design? Like, what is going on there? Ugh.
Yeah, I'll do a video on it. I hated the new Wonder Woman this week, by the way. Oh.
Yeah, actually, Ryan just mentioned that about Wonder Woman, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know who's in charge of that, but it definitely feels like it's 5G that they just changed the name of, honestly.
Oh yeah, it definitely comes off as like we paid people to create all this stuff, so we can't take a total loss on it. So let's just repurpose it. And they're like, this is going to be a 2-month event, but it's like 3 Batman books and like 2 Superman books. And like, why would you have that many different books for single characters if it's just a 2-month event? Like that, I don't know. The whole thing sounds like a bad idea, if you ask me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, Death Metal 4, written by Scott Snyder, art by Greg Capullo, inked by Jonathan Glapion. Colors by Placencia. I think that's how you say it. Placencia. I don't know. I'm just going to start off by saying Greg Capullo's art is top notch. Has always been top notch.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, fantastic stuff. And I love the way he draws Batman. And honestly, I love the way he draws everyone. And incredible. I just love it. And I like that pretty much for the most part, whenever you hear Scott Snyder, you hear Greg Capullo too. Like they work in tandem always. They did the whole Batman New 52 run for the most part. I think there was different artists that stepped in for maybe a half dozen issues overall, but they did basically everything else together. They did the original Dark Knight's Metal, and now they're doing the Death Metal. And I think they did something else together too. But
didn't they do that Batman Damned or whatever?
No, that was
Bermejo.
Azzarello and Bermejo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, they did Batman Last Night on Earth.
Okay, that's the one where he's carrying the head and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I actually did not like that story. I wanted to so badly because I love Scott Snyder, but was not great, Bob. We got what's this guy's name here? Uncle Rock, which we kind of saw at the end of issue 3. It definitely feels like someone said earlier. I think it was Legion of Comics. They were saying that it feels like a throwaway issue because not a lot happened. Like they're fighting Superboy Prime for pretty much the whole issue, and then all of a sudden he's not fighting them anymore, and he's joined them. And somehow Wally is no longer in his blue suit at the end. Now he's back in his DC Rebirth suit because, spoilers, the Batman Who Laughs is smarter than everyone else. And he took basically the Dr. Manhattan's powers back from the chair, which they added more power to it that he was sitting in, and then they just fed it to him as the ending to this book. And basically, like, this is it's a prelude to the last 52, which is a kind of like a play on the new 52. And I'm assuming they're calling it the last 52 because it's like all the dark multiverse stuff is what I'm assuming they're doing here. It's kind of confusing, honestly. A lot of what he's writing is very high level thinking for comic books, at least. But overall, I still thought it was good. So I just talked a whole bunch. Dave, what did you think?
I thought the issue was pretty good overall. I was honestly a little confused on a few of the things that was going on throughout the issue. So there was that section with was it Superman Prime? Is that who it was? Superboy?
Superboy Prime.
So I guess, all right. So there was that part there where he was, I guess, won over by Wonder Woman's speech when he was like talking about the main reason his plan could be set in motion. You know, he was, I guess, just a little confused on it. There was just like so much going on.
It was. All of a sudden she's like strapped to it, and all of a sudden she's not. And then
Yeah, exactly. Like that panel, he shows like the entire situation with, you know, Superboy Prime about to punch Diana, right?
Yeah.
And then Batman being disassembled and Superman being, I guess, drowned in a fire pit, completely undone without a struggle to be seen, right?
And then all of a sudden they're fine.
Yeah. So I was like, what happened here? I feel like there was a lot.
I'm assuming that because he did not do the machine, that meant that those things did not happen. Is that what you got too? Was that what you got from it too?
Yeah. So I was just like, there was like a few pieces there missing that I was like, all right, I'm kind of, maybe I missed something in the last issue or something like that I wasn't tying in, or I just wasn't sure what was going on. It was like too many things going on in several panels that I guess for the reader, it was just, I got confused. I don't know.
Maybe. I got confused there too. Sorry, my wife's texting me.
But let me see. So I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but maybe I think that was just a little bit of lazy writing going on there. Just not filling in the details on certain, like that scenario, for example.
Hey, what's up, Coco Love Chevy? Appreciate you joining us for your first time in here. Welcome. I am a big Power Rangers fan. Batman, Flash, TMNT, DC, Venom, Thor, all things comic books, comic book movies, and shows. Appreciate you joining us for a Thursday night stream. This is where we review comic books we got this week and just hang out and talk. And this week I'm joined, as always, by Ryan. And then usually I have Pandawesome316 joining us. And then sometimes Dustin from Two Bros joins us. But this week we got my great friend Dave.
A special guest today.
The special guest from up east from Marc Spector Comics joining us. So I appreciate you joining us. And I appreciate you, Coco Loves Comics, Coco Loves Chevy, for joining us tonight. I appreciate that. And Useful Unboxing, what's up, man? We got 20 people in the chat. I appreciate you guys for stopping in tonight. We're an hour and 18 minutes into the stream. I appreciate everyone for hanging out. He's back. The panda is back. Yes, I was a little confused as well by this book. Honestly, that was my biggest issue with the original Dark Knight's Metal run. It was too confusing. Like, I don't know, because it felt like he was trying to pull like Crisis on Infinite Earths plus his Batman run, where like, if you guys have ever read his Batman New 52 run, it's like this means this because this means this equals this. Like all of this stuff like goes together. He writes very smart, but sometimes he writes it over the readers' heads.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm a pretty smart guy, and I feel like sometimes he's definitely like writing over my head. Ryan looked like this when I said I was a smart guy.
Yeah, I felt like he was on a different level there in this issue particularly. Yeah.
Yes, I agree 100%.
But,
I don't know.
I was maybe I missed this on the previous issue with the Alfred's boxes. So what was that? Was that like just to harness energy to go?
Yeah, they're basically mother boxes that they just called Alfred boxes.
Okay.
But different. Does that make sense? Like you got it right with the power in it, basically.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Okay.
It's a MacGuffin.
I am just not into Green Lantern. It's all unicorns and rainbows. Well, I'm not a big Green Lantern fan either, but it is a pretty cool cover.
Yeah, it's a nice art drum cover.
This person may not be a real person that's here for this comic book stuff based on this last comment. Yeah, I thought it was good though. I thought it was good. Not great. I'd probably give it B- if I gave it a grade, just because there was too many confusing parts. But also, is this kid Where is he? I guess he makes his first appearance. Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. So who was that little character there? That was.
He's got to be the little boy that Dr. Manhattan gave his powers to, right? At the end of Doomsday Clock. That's got to be who it is.
You talking about that silver character with the Alfred box?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that had to be somebody new. I've never seen that character before.
I am the real Mobius, Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, the Mobius. Yeah. Yeah, that's I had never seen that character. It was actually that was a pretty cool panel there with the with that whole like negative space with the white.
Yes.
That was a nice page there.
I agree with it. I like the colors on it. It felt like it felt like almost like a cover you'd see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Like
exactly. Yep. That page right there. Yep.
So I don't know if the Mobius means that he is like he created the Mobius chair.
It's like the true Mobius. I don't know. That's what I thought maybe, but I was
confused.
Is the chair still there? Is he maybe the physical embodiment of the chair?
That's what I thought it was.
The chair is separate. The chair is seen in another. The chair is seen in another. So I don't know. I'm confused by it.
Hey, Comic Burrito.
Comic Burrito, what's up, dude? I just saw you live in 1080p.
What's going on?
DSLR prime lens camera. You look great with the what is it called? Selective focus with the background blurred. You look great, Comic Burrito. So there we go. I did see him live though. So they're doing a Dark Knight's Death Metal like a soundtrack. Did you guys see that at the end here? Andy Biersack as Batman, Chelsea Wolfe as Wonder Woman, David as Superman.
That at the end, yes, yeah.
Charles Fleischer as Batman Who Laughs, and Joker. Jason Moore as the Darkest Knight, which is the Darkest Knight. Like, I'm assuming like that they're just getting rid of the Batman Who Laughs, but he's such a popular character that you can't really, unless they're going to do something at the end of this where it undoes everything, which companies have been known to do, to say, hey, we really like this character. You can do whatever you want with them, but at the end of your event, you have to undo everything. Ryan knows what I'm talking about.
Victims of their own success.
Yeah. Scott Snyder is going to be Robin King.
And you got Capullo as Sergeant Rock.
Sergeant Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that'll be pretty cool. But they do keep, like, I think they're taking such inspiration from the Doomsday Clock that they keep showing, it feels like, in like every book, but especially this one, they keep showing like the ads for it. I feel like there was like 2 ads for Doomsday Clock in this book. Maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like I saw a couple ads for it just in this book. And do you think Robin King, does that character have staying power, or is he just going to be just an event person and that's it?
To me, it seems like he's going to be an event person. I don't know. I'm not really getting too many good vibes from this character. I think he's just going to be like just like Robin, like a little sidekick to the true villain, which is Batman Who Laughs.
Right, right.
But I think this is all, anyways, leading towards the big villain, which is Perpetua.
Yes, and they keep alluding to her, and
in all these other stories.
She's been in these like tie-in stories.
Yeah.
It hasn't really. She's been in like 1 issue, I want to say.
Yep.
Yahweh does not want Robin King. Coco loves Chevy, which I just followed you on Instagram. So it is a comic book person. Coco loves Chevy _comics.
I want to see more of Perpetua.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just me.
I agree. I think there's 7 issues to this, and I think there, with all the tie-ins, there's got to be like 30 books. Next week is
a lot of books.
I mean, because they're doing like 5 issues just for Justice League, 53 through 57 or something. And then there's all the one-shots, Speed Metal, Multiverses End, Trinity Crisis. Next week is the Robin King one-shot, which we already had Legends of the Dark Knight one-shot. I mean, there's a lot of tie-ins to this.
So I'll be interested to read that one shot of the Robin King next week then.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like it's more like the Batman Who Laughs and Null or similar characters. But I understand what you're saying in terms of power set, possibly in terms of being like leaders of like cosmic beings. But the way that they're playing them, we got basically the Batman Who Laughs, who I think is basically just going to kill everyone. Robin King, Perpetua, whoever, and then we got Null, who can just do whatever he wants. So that's what I feel like.
You think so? You think Batman Who Laughs can take out Perpetua?
Yeah, because I feel like he's getting all this power to do whatever he wants. So, and that's one of the things.
All right.
The Batman Who Laughs is turning into such a gigantic character that it's, I don't know, it's he's close to being on the level of the Monitors. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I guess. Yeah.
We still got 3 more issues and all the tie-ins and everything.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you think this is all like too much? Because like the Batman Who Laughs was a concept, right? And then didn't it become like this whole universe of people that are basically a different take on that same, in that kind of same vein, but different characters?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Do you think it's expanding out too much and kind of ruining the fun of like something like the main character, Batman Who Laughs?
You mean are they going back to the well too much, kind of like what they do with Draken and the Coinless Universe?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
But you also got to just go with what everyone likes. You know what I mean? I'm reading Death Metal and I'm reading Draken, so I don't know. Definitely gonna take her out. Yes, he will. Oh, jumped on me. He was sneaking around Perpetua getting his Manhattan powers. Yes, he was. He's going to take over. I love the Batman Who Laughs. I have the Batman Who Laughs first D. Oh, wrong one. Right there. You guys know that story about that book, right? So I got that
from D Runk, right?
I originally bought it.
Yeah.
I bought it one day at a vintage stock. It was in a dollar bin with a whole bunch of other DC rebirth, like Wonder Woman, Flash, Justice League, Titans, Teen Titans. So I got a whole stack of stuff, because they were $1, and that day they were 50% off. So everything was 50% off. So I went up to check out and I was like, I think I saw Teen Titans back there. Let me go see if they have a 12. I went back there. They did. They had a Teen Titans 12. I got it for 50 cents. I thought there was like a slit on the bottom corner. And so I thought it was going to be like an 8.0. And D-Ronk had already purchased one. I gave it to him as an A-OK. He had already purchased one. He sent them both CGC. Both came back 9.6. So he gave me back. It was either the one that I gave to him or the other one. So I basically got a first Batman Who Laughs 9.6 for 50 cents. So
that's awesome.
It is awesome. We still got 17 people up in the chat. That's what's up. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. That's awesome. Before I forget, at the end, I'm going to do it now since we got 17 people in here. Our Thursday night chat is brought to you by comicbook_pressing on Instagram. Protect your comic book investment for as little as $10 by pressing it with comicbook_pressing. He does great work. He can send books to CGC for you after he presses them. And make sure you use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. Every single one of our Thursday night chats is brought to you by comicbook_pressing. He does a great job. Make sure you hit him up. A link to his page on Instagram is in the description of every one of my videos. And thank you to all my channel members, my supporter level and my friend level. We got DJ Links. Family tier, we got Ruben Guzman, Legion of Comics, who is up in here. We got The Cover Collector, Deep Dive Comics, The Comic Book Poser, Robert from Flash6792, and my friend Mike V. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And I don't think I've said this yet, but he got disconnected or something. I don't know what something happened with Marc Spector Comics. He got disconnected or something. The video that I put out today was supposed to be only for members, and then I was going to release it to everyone tomorrow. Since I'm going live tonight, I try to do one every single day. So I clicked on, I moved it down, and I clicked on members only, and then I went down to schedule, and I scheduled at 3:15, and then I guess I need to click on just members, and then just click publish, and then later come back and schedule it for a worldwide premiere or a worldwide whatever. So I didn't do a great job of that. of providing my channel members of early access to videos. I'll try to do a better job of that. But I did do a members only live stream earlier this week, and I've done a few early showings. So I'm going to try to do a better job of that. I don't think no, he didn't have a power outage. He never left. He turned off his camera, went and grabbed a drink. He checked on his kid.
I just stepped aside.
What's that?
Just stepped aside. Refill.
Oh, there you go. There you go. This channel is way more laid back. Good, right?
Yeah.
Good, right? That is the comment of the night. That is the comment of the night.
That's what I was laughing about earlier.
If anyone did not know, my YouTube channel used to be Burke Nasty 54 Comics. It was a name given to me in college, Burke Nasty. And I created an eBay called Burke Nasty 54. So when I created my Instagram, before I created a YouTube, I went with the same name so they'd match. And then I created the YouTube. After about 6 months or so, I'm like, this gives off a negative connotation, and I want anyone, no matter their age, to be able to watch it. My wife and kid make an appearance. So I changed it to Burke Family 54 Comics. Hey, we got a couple new channel members up in here. That is what's up. We got Yahweh2045, who sent me a super chat last week. I appreciate it. He joined. I'm gonna have to check to see what level you are, because I don't. It doesn't tell me. You do need to get some books pressed. And my friend Marc Spector Comics has just also joined the channel membership. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. This is why I do what I do. You know what I mean? This is great. I appreciate it. I did just put out a video today that I think is going to do well. Top 5 Spider-Man books that you should invest in at 9.8, because I think those books have only room to grow. Especially number 1, it's a Hulk 181, is what I think. So
I still have to watch. I have a lot of videos to catch up on today, but yeah, I'll have to watch that as well.
Appreciate you guys joining the supporter level. That is awesome.
Absolutely. You do a lot for the community, so feel free. Want to join the channel. I
appreciate it, man. Thank you. I got 14 channel members, and I just launched it like a week and a half ago. So that is
nice.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. You guys are too nice. You guys are too nice. Wow.
Don't blush too much.
Yeah.
I know, right? I know.
What do you want to talk about next?
I don't care. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys have a book that both of you guys read? That you guys want to talk about? Ryan's been sitting over there just.
What else did you read today, Ryan?
Well, the only other 2 I've read is We Live number 1 and Usagi Yojimbo number 13.
All right. I didn't read either one.
Yeah. Most people don't.
Maybe we can talk about what we're excited about next week. I'm going to make a top 5 video, but let's all talk about at least one book that we are excited about that comes out next week. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will go last. So. You want me to go first? I do have my book ready. I'm ready.
I was gonna say I have to think about what's even coming out next week.
I gotta look to see what's coming out next week.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pull this up while you guys are thinking about that, because this is gonna be a free infomercial for one of my friends that I work with. You'll understand what I mean here in a second. Where is it? So we get a first appearance in a book next week. And I'm going to go show it off. So if anyone did not know, I have been working with the 616 Comics and Simple Man's Comics, announcing exclusive covers for them. And one of them that I announced was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 55, which we get the first appearance of a new Green Ranger. This is the trade dress that is $14.99, or you can get that, or the color hold. I'll have to go back to the other one, and the color hold is only sold as a set of 2 for $49.99. You can get 10% off by using the coupon Thanks10. But yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 55 comes out next week. First new Green Power Ranger. It's the last book in the current run before it splits into 2 with Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. That's the book that I'm most excited about coming out next week. Obviously, because the Green Ranger is my guy, and Power Rangers is my jam. So if you guys haven't already seen that exclusive, or really any of the comic books that I've been talking about and announcing, make sure you check out the 616comics.com that I just put into the chat. I announced a Mighty Morphin #1 exclusive earlier this week, and I got Power Rangers #1 exclusive I'm announcing next week. So I'm excited about that. What books are you guys excited about comes out next week?
As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, this is easy. Something is Killing the Children, number 11.
Oh, yeah. I saw that on the list.
Like, hands down, that is probably the most excited I am for next week.
Okay. All right. And that's a new story arc, right?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I mean, it very well could be. Technically, I think it should be, because they did, like, the first 5 was one arc, and then but the way the story's told, though, I really wouldn't call it a new story arc. Like, you really have to be just like keeping up with everything.
Well, I think Dustin said a new story arc starts in number 11. I feel like I need to jump on, but 10 issues already, man. It's like, man, do I just jump in now or like what? But I did have Venom. I jumped in at issue 25, and that was the start of a new story arc, and I've been loving it. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, my only thing is this would be like starting Stranger Things at like season 3 or something,
Hey, what's up, Jaguar?
Oh, it's so good. Power Rangers is so good. And Something is Killing Children is probably award-winning by James Tynion IV. I've heard nothing but great things.
Yeah, it's a great read.
And
absolutely.
I would say James Tynion IV and Donny Cates is probably the top 2 writers right now in terms of popularity of what they write. Pretty much everything is good.
Yeah, they're 1-2 in my book.
And then Scott Snyder's still up there, and Robert Kirkman is up there, and then after that, it's probably like 10 writers that are all around the same. But those are probably the top 2.
Oh man, that's gonna be a good week, actually.
Yeah,
there's also Big Girls.
I want to spend a lot.
Big Girls #3, Dead Day #4. There's a lot of good books coming out next week.
Brian's bed is flawlessly made. Yes, it is. It is. Look at that. Look at it. We got some throw pillows back there. Got some tuck covers. Dude, that is how you do it, man. Oh, shoot.
I should have joined the military. That's like the only thing I would have been good at, I guess. I'll be like, okay, how about you guys go run my laps for me and I'll make all your beds?
If you just subscribe to the channel, I will tell you, a Crane book will make an appearance on Saturday.
Oh, there you go.
So there's that. Okay. Shredder in Hell, nice. What are you excited about that comes out next week? Marc Spector comics?
I want to say 3 books that I'm pretty excited for. So first and foremost, it's going to be Venom #29.
Yes.
So there was a huge reveal in 28. If you guys haven't read it by now, so I'm kind of interested to see where it continues from there. So that's the first book. The second book we talked a little bit about a few minutes back. This is Dark Knight's Death Metal, Robin King #1. I want to get some more backstory on the Robin King. Interested to hear more about that character and see if this character actually has staying power.
I agree.
That's my spec book. That's #2. #3 is my sleeper pick of the week. A lot of people are going to probably skip over this book, but this is the Volume 2, #1, Werewolf by Night #1.
Oh, should have known.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good book.
Dude, I didn't even know that that was coming out.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. It's gonna be a true sleeper. True sleeper. Werewolf by Night #1. Look out for that book. And there's some great covers.
Yes. Codex is Dylan from that alternate universe.
Yeah.
Which, has it been given a number? I don't even know what number universe. It doesn't matter, but
There's and if you guys like incentive ratios, the 1 in 50 by Afro Samurai looks amazing.
for which book?
Werewolf by Night #1.
Yeah. Let me find it now.
So,
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
that thing looks sick.
Share screen real quick, Brian, and then I'll add it.
What do I do? Screen share?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it right there. The one with the big moon.
That first one there?
No.
The first one in the second row, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. Look
This
at that.
one?
Yep.
Will it show it giant? There we go.
Look at that thing.
Oh,
That's
dude, that is
nice.
sick.
That thing is sick.
Is
that a hammer?
You gonna get that?
If I can find it, I'll buy it. That thing is awesome. Look at that thing. That's a great cover, especially for Halloween's right around the corner. Look at that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
But yeah,
There's a lot of covers for it there too.
Oh, I would. Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, for #1, there probably will be.
So there's
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's my sleeper pick of the week. I think it'll be a good read. 10.0 white sheets.
10.0 white sheets.
Oh man!
I cannot stop laughing. That is hilarious. That's amazing. We're still talking about the bed making ability of Ryan back then. He gives it a 10.0 white sheets. That is amazing.
So yeah, those are the 4 books I'm looking out for next week.
Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely on Venom 29.
Yeah,
definitely gonna be picking up Robin King #1.
Yep.
And then obviously Power Rangers. And I may even get Something That's Killing the Children 11 to try it out. Because Ryan and Dustin and everyone's been talking about it. Hawaiian Punch 72, my friend John, has been talking about it for a long time. So I guess I need to give it a whirl. Might as well jump in at 11 versus never, So
yeah, it's an incredible series. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I'd suggest everybody reads it.
Just start from the beginning. It's only 11 issues. It's really not much.
Isn't it hard to go back to get those though? Or like, isn't #1's pretty?
#1's pricey.
#1's pretty pricey.
Yeah, it's getting pricey right now. It's like a $100 book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is a trade for the first 5.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the second trade should be right around the corner if it's not out already. So if nothing else, you could grab 11 and the first trade, and then the second one should be out probably very soon.
Oh, I did hear about this. Darth Vader's #7. Yeah, I did know about.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
I made actually a whole list, and I'm not going to say them all because I mean they're going to be in my video. I'm going to go back.
That one has a first appearance, right?
I'm going to go back and I think so. I'm going to go back and start making my top picks videos again. I didn't do it the last 2 weeks. I've been busy, man. It's tough to make videos and work again, but those videos, a lot of people really like my top picks videos, so I'm going to start making those again. So, and I won't reveal what else will be on there. But Power Rangers 55 will be on the list.
I am excited for Power
What's the
Rangers
number one?
55 because I feel like we're finally going to get something of substance to set up the next the reboot, I guess. So
Yeah.
I am pretty excited for 55 to see what that does.
I'm gonna put this in the private chat real quick.
It's hard for me to put that ahead of Something Is Killing the Children because, oh my God, this series is so good. But pretty excited for 55. We'll see what they do to set up the next one.
1 second.
It has a character that ties to Rise of Skywalker. Have I seen? No, I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like a Thor 4 and 5 cameo, and then the first D.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard that book as well. So this is fun, guys.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
last night, our good friend Los on YouTube and Lasombra2579 on Instagram. His name is Carlos. He's a great dude, and he had his 2-year on YouTube celebration. Dude, give it a whirl. Issue 1 of Mighty Morphin. Give it a whirl. Anyways, he had a celebration last night for being 2 years on YouTube, and Marc Spector Comics is on there, and we've done streams together a couple of times, and I was like, dude, I got to get you on again. He goes, well, you got a slot for me tomorrow night? And I said, I do. And so I was able to get him in the last minute. And I'm happy to, man. This was a lot of fun to have you on, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. I'm just glad I could be able to jump on and talk new comics, you know?
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I'm going to drop a link to your channel in here into the chat for anyone that isn't already following you. Now, you used to do like a new comic book day, like did you make money off of it type deal? You don't do that anymore, do you?
What, the new comic book day, like best bets under $30?
That's it. Yes.
Yeah. So at that point in time, I had the ability to go to, when I was working in my other hospital, I had the ability to go to the comic book shop and pick up books on a regular basis.
Right.
So right now where I'm at my new spot in Boston, I don't have the ability to get to a new comic book day shop regularly. So it kind of like, it makes it hard for me to like recommend new comics week to week because I don't constantly keep up with all the material that's coming out week to week. So, and that being said, and I wasn't always getting the most viewership from the books. So, you know, from the videos, you know what I'm saying? Right. So all that time and effort I was putting into it I felt wasn't paying off.
Gotcha.
So that's why I stopped making the videos.
So my Tuesday show, I used to do a Tuesday show. I think I did like 12 weeks in a row or 12 out of 13. It was called What Do You Collect? And it was kind of like a shout out show. And no one watched it. Like I had Selwyn on and that was great. And I had Newbie Comics on. That was probably my #1 watched video of all of them. But overall, not many people watched it. And so it was a lot of work to try to schedule people.
It is. It's a lot of, I was putting in like 3 to 5 hours on that research, time, effort, editing, you know, trying to get it out on a timely fashion so people could watch it. And I'd probably get 30 to 40 views.
Yeah. It's,
and, you know, I didn't mind. You know, I was hoping to get a little bit more viewership from it, but from all that time I was putting into it, and I was working night shift at the time, so it worked out well. Now I'm working on days, so it makes it even harder for me to get the videos out in time. So I stopped doing it.
Dude, I understand 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. That's why, like, I try things, and if no one watches them, I don't do it again. Like, I did a reaction video because, you know, there's one of our people in the community, he's made a pretty good living off of reaction videos. A very good, like, following him. Anyways, I made one, and it did not do well. So I'm not going to do it again. And I was worried YouTube was going to pull it, and it doesn't even matter if they pull it because It didn't even get any views. So
yeah, I made those videos mainly to like for the new person getting into comics to try to stay on a budget. And I wanted, that's why I said best bets for $30 or less. So
gotcha.
if you were that person that went to the comic book shop every single week, I was trying to give you what I thought was going to be the best reads every single week. So you wouldn't spend more than $30 a week. You could probably get 5 or 6 books and still save money for that grail that you potentially wanted to get. That was the whole purpose of the videos.
I loved them, dude. I thought they were a great idea.
I thought they were pretty informative. There was some spec involved as well.
Sure.
You could buy some good reads and then save some money as well.
For sure.
But people weren't watching it, so it was all right.
And that's if no one's watching it, then you just, unless you really enjoy making it. If you don't enjoy making it and no one's watching it, you gotta cut bait. But and honestly, it feels like a lot of the shit, like the videos and live streams that I really like doing, it doesn't seem like those are the ones that get the most views. It seems like the ones that I'm not like a huge fan of are the ones that get the views. So I kind of like, I do both. You know what I mean? I do the ones I know are going to get views and also do the ones that I really like doing. So.
Yeah, I think it's also a branding thing though, you know, like JP does those great videos where he like predicts stuff and then he also goes back later, like 6 months later or whatever. And I think those do really well for him, you know, but that's kind of his brand with the whole like JP budget collecting, you know, that's the audience he's built. People are coming to him to look for that kind of thing, you know.
Appreciate that, Yahweh 2045. Sometimes it just takes some time to get the viewership. I like your content and spread the word whenever I can. Y'all will get there, I believe. You know what's funny? So did you say that? Last year, like a year ago, like this time, I was doing these videos. It was like the Instagram tag of the day, but videos of it. And it was getting like 30 views, 25 views. And I had like 300 subscribers. And I was like, come on. Like, no.
Right, yeah.
So I got to try. I kept trying different things. You know what I mean? And I remember when I got close to 500 subscribers, I think I got like 100 views, like 9 out of like 11 videos. And I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. And now I'm like, at this point, at 1,500 subscribers, I'm like super pissed off if it gets anything less. Not like super pissed off. I'm unhappy if a video gets less than 200 views. You know what I mean? Because my average, usually, if you take out live streams and my top 10 video that always gets like 1,000 views, if you take those out, my average view is around 250 to 260, which isn't great, but it's roughly around the same percentage of subscribers versus views that you'd see even at the higher channels of like Gen Mint. Gen Mint's got 95,000 subscribers. He gets between 5,000 to 8,000 views. And you'd think that he'd get like 50,000.
Yeah, and that's a tiny percentage.
It's still like 10%.
Yeah.
So like usually it's like 10 to 15% average views compared to subs. So it is what it is.
So take that for what it's worth.
Take that for what it's worth. But we all do this because we enjoy it. So,
absolutely.
Okay, I want to talk about what I have going on my channel coming up, and then Ryan, and then Dave, and then we'll get out of here. So I have I'm going to go somewhere pretty cool tomorrow. Well, I'm going to go to my local comic shop and film some backroom stuff, hopefully. Get that out pretty soon. Probably Sunday. I'm going to go to another really cool place. I'm going to go to the flea market tomorrow. There's a flea market store. It's not an actual flea market, but it's like a flea market store. And they have a whole section of comic books that I'm going to check out. My last video I did there got like 800 views. So everyone really liked it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to film both of those tomorrow. I'm going to try to film What the Heck is DC Doing video as well. Get that out. I got that Crane book. That will for sure be uploaded on Saturday. And then the 616 Comics is coming to my channel next week. I'm going to interview them about being an online retailer and the pros and cons of it and thoughts on exclusives and all of that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then obviously we're coming back here next week for Thursday Night Chat. So that's what I got going on my channel. Ryan Pond, also known as the New Guy. What do you got going on your channel, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video tomorrow for indies and Kickstarters. Things I'm excited that are coming up. And then I'll have another video Monday. I'm trying to get another video put together for somewhere in between or after that. And then other than that, I've been writing reviews. So The Walking Dead World Beyond, I've been reviewing that. And I was in some conversations today, so I'm going to have even more written reviews coming out on Multiversity Comics. So check me out over there. I have a link in my bio on Instagram and Twitter. It takes you to my Google Sites page, and there's links to everything I do there, so you can always find me.
Boom. Boom. I need to do a Google site or a link tree so I can put multiple links in there. Cadrano Prince. I should probably get a Burke family thing made by you with my logo. With my old logo, maybe, or with my new one. We'll see. Marc Spector Comics. Dave, what do you got going on your channel?
Not too much. Actually, I released a new video on the channel today. It was the Dunkin' Donuts Spicy Ghost Pepper Donut review. So if you haven't watched that, check that out. They released a new spicy donut yesterday at Dunkin' Donuts. So I like to do quirky, weird things like that from time to time, just like, you know, random stuff on the channel. I did pick up some new books recently at a comic shop when I was down in Newport, Rhode Island the other day. I spent the night over there. So I picked up a few books. So I'll probably do like a random video on recent pickups there. I'm actually just 8 subscribers away from 450, and then I'm going to do my Road to 500 contest. So I got a ton of books ready for that contest. So just do a little minor plug there. So 8 subscribers away. I'm not in any rush by any means, and I'll start that contest. And I got a big, you know, box full of comics, and potentially some slabs are going to go out for that contest as well. So that's really about it.
Boom. Dude, that's what's up. And when we get off here, I'm going to need your address because I got to send you something. So I got to send you something.
You don't have to send me anything, man.
Well, you need to read something that I have. And
okay. Nice.
We've been. I don't want to ruin it, but we've been talking about it all night. I'll just say that.
Okay.
And I'll throw some other stuff in there too. Dude, I want donuts now.
Yeah. If you guys have it's less than 5 minutes. I kept it quick and short. You know, I didn't want to take up too much of your time. 5-minute quick review on this spicy donut.
So I saw. I just happened to have my phone out. I had my phone in front of me. I got the notification. The notifications turned on. Marc Spector Comics eats a donut, a ghost pepper donut, and I was like, "What?"
I like to do stupid stuff like that all the time.
I clicked on it and I immediately commented, "Ghost pepper donut? What the?"
Yeah, exactly. Because people like to watch stuff like that. It's out of the norm. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And if that gets a few people more than normal to watch it, hey, great for the channel. You know, it's just something different.
Dude,
yeah.
Hopefully people enjoyed it as much as I did. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, I'm jealous because I want a donut right now.
See, and it makes the viewer want to try that donut.
It does.
Right? And that's what's fun about it.
Ryan,
I'm gonna have to go find a Dunkin' Donuts now.
There you go.
Right? This was a lot of fun, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on. As always, Ryan, for coming on. He's been on my channel for almost a year now, I'd say, weekly, talking new comics and Power Rangers and just hanging out. I appreciate Ryan. Well, I will say this. I appreciate Ryan a lot, and I appreciate Chino and Manny for linking us up. They were the reason why we were able to link up because he shops there at their store. I used to do a show of Chino and Manny. I know them very well. They're retired from YouTube because Chino had some babies. Now he knows how we feel over here. We'll probably come back in the spring like I always do. But thank you, Chino Manny, for linking me up with Ryan. And honestly, I don't know how I met up with Marc Spector Comics, but I think it was just I found your video or you found my video and we just started watching each other. But Both of you guys are amazing dudes, and I appreciate both of you guys for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. We got to do it again soon.
Absolutely.
We got to do it again soon, for sure. Ryan, I want to see a live stream on your channel. I don't think I've seen one yet.
No, I don't think I've done one.
We got to do one.
Come on, man. Do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, what I would stream though?
I don't know, but I would. What about We'll Find Them When They're Dead? I've heard great things. I have not read issue 1 or 2.
I have not read it. I heard it was really good.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I read the first one. I still haven't read the second one, but next week is the 4th printing of number 1. So it's moving.
It is Boom Studios.
My favorite writers too. That's Al Ewing, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And Simone DeMeo does art.
Immortal Hulk.
Yep, and Power Rangers. Immortal Hulk and Power Rangers linking up together for We'll Only Find Them When They're Dead.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Boom Studios' biggest launch ever for a first issue.
Really? Wow.
So 100,000 just for
that's a huge print run for Boom. That is a huge print run for Boom.
Yeah.
Yes, for Boom it is.
That is big. Wow.
They had 130,000 for Mighty Morphin #1, but that followed Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 0. Issue 0 was their first one. They only did 75,000. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for coming by. I did the ads earlier. You guys know that our Thursday night chat is brought to you by comicbook_press on Instagram. Protect your comic book investment for as little as $10. By pressing it with him, Eric does a great job. He can send it to CGC for you. And make sure you use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. And thank you to my channel members. I got to add, you guys are, thank you to the supporter level. Thank you to the friend level, DJ Links, family. We got Ruben, Legion of Comics, The Cover Collector, Deep Dive Comics, Comic Book Poser, Flash 6792, and Mike V. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you again, Ryan and Dave, for hanging out. I had a great time. I'm Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. # Team No Sleeves. And as always, go Cats, Cowabunga.